Hello and welcome to this energy update for today, 20th of April 2022, and welcome to the mother of all hump days. If you watched my weekly forecast this week, you will know that that's what I was calling this Wednesday. If you don't know what a hump day is, go and ask an English person, they'll tell you. It's basically the most challenging day of the working week. It feels like you're really going over the steepest part of the mountain before you start sliding down towards the weekend. So I will actually link to that video in the description below as well. But back to today's energy, because that's why you're here. Now, I'm witnessing a lot of people around me, friends, colleagues, acquaintances, really reaching a turning point in their lives right now. And it seems very much that this Libra full moon that we've just had has brought us all to a point of really needing to face some big decisions right now. We can no longer avoid it, and that's very much coming up in today's energy. It's a very, very challenging day, very challenging energy. We have some really important decisions to make right now for our well-being, particularly to do with where we live, what we do, our work, how much we earn from our efforts. It's all coming up really to be looked at in a very serious way right now. It's a whole lifestyle question that's coming up. There's a lot of dissatisfaction that I've been sensing in the collective, and I was feeling it myself too until recently. And if you know me personally, you'll know I've made some rather major shifts recently with regards to my work, and it seems that I'm not the only one now. This is an energy that's coming in for everybody now. So there's a real feeling of things have to change now. Even if we don't know what the answer is, even if we don't know what we want to change to, we know that something has to change. I think most of us can see what the issues are, we can see what the problems are in our lives, and we're really going to get crystal clear on that today. Things that we do either don't fulfill us emotionally, perhaps drain us, or don't bring us the financial rewards that we deserve or need to live our lives right now. There's this real energetic push right now that's telling us it's time to make a change. You can't go on like this. I think many people know it, but there's this collective exhaustion that's making people very cranky, making us want to do crazy things, quit our jobs, make huge changes, move to another country, throw in the towel and live a completely different life. And these may be things that we do actually need to do, but the changes are going to seem rather extreme to people around us who maybe don't feel what we're feeling. They don't know exactly where we're coming from. And the reason that some of these changes are so big is because this is a real build-up of things that we should have addressed a long time ago, and it's kind of reached a tipping point now. So we may find that there's actually a lot that we need to change rather than just making a small change. There's a lot to do here. There's a lot of clutter to clear, and we're going to find this real impulse coming in to do it all at once right now, get it all done, so these huge shifts and changes then come in, and people might think we're going a bit crazy when we're actually not. We're actually coming to our senses. So we are the 20th of April, the sun's moving into tropical Taurus today, which is really helpful. That can really help us to be more forthright and hold good boundaries. Taurus is very stubborn, knows what it wants. Taurus also ruled by Venus, very much like Libra, well, exactly like Libra. We just had that Libra full moon that I was referencing. And just like Libra, Taurus likes the finer things in life. This Taurus season that we're coming into now is really going to be continuing to push us in the direction of an easier, happier and better life. And we'll find ourselves quite stubbornly wanting to make those changes and pushing ahead. What I feel is that the Libra full moon really started the shift. That was the beginning. Lots of us felt some big stuff going on. And now the energy of this Taurus sun, Taurus season, is really going to pick it up and charge with that energy. We're very much being challenged to raise our standards, to rise up and command the energy of life. This isn't just sitting praying for a change, hoping for a change, trying to manifest from a place of begging. This is commanding the energy. This is far more empowered. We need to create the life we deserve rather than existing on breadcrumbs. No more feeling underpaid and undervalued for your efforts. No more playing small, crushing our spirit to fit in with some system that doesn't even care about us, some corporation that just sees us as an asset or a commodity rather than the true sovereign human being that we really are, this amazing soul. So numerologically, we've got some interesting energy going on today too, so I want to look at that. Today's date is 20, which is the divine feminine. It's the number of the goddess. 20 is also the first of the 20s. A bit obvious, but it shows us the true potential that we have. You've got that wonderful zero there, the potential of the void that comes in with zero. Zero is all about potential and unseen things that can spring into life. So 20 is where we can really see the potential of what we can achieve when we work with that divine feminine energy, with that intuitive energy. And it's very, very exciting, very powerful. 22, so 20 reduces to 2, 2 plus 0 equals 2. So you'll hear me reduce numbers when I talk about them. So 22 is the turning point. There is a need for change. We must not ignore it, and we will reap what we sow. So very important to remember that. 20 is also the judgment card in the major arcana of the tarot. So judgment is really helping us to see what needs to shift. We can't hide from the truth anymore. It may not be pleasant, it may be frightening or very uncomfortable, but you can no longer pull the wool over your eyes. And what has been seen cannot be unseen after today. So when we add up the digits from today's date, so we have 20 for the day and 4 for the month, that brings us to 6. So we have 24, 6. So this is actually a master builder number, which is all about leading to your heart's desire. It's about building and growing towards things that you actually want, the life that you actually want. And I talked about 246 earlier this year in one of my numerology videos, so I'll link to that too if you haven't seen it already. It's a very potent energy for creating change, for building something new from the ground up and doing it successfully as well, but guided by intuition and what our heart actually truly wants, as opposed to what we think we should be doing or what society says we ought to be doing. Other people's opinions, habits, and comfort zones are no longer your problem. We are breaking away from that old energy of conformity in all its forms now. It's time to be real and whole. Now, the numerology for this year is also 6. We're in a number 6 year. So with those two sixes, we actually reach 12, 3. So overall, the energy of today's date brings us to 12, which reduces to 3. 1 plus 2 is 3, so we have 12, 3. So 12 is the number of perfect governance. It's a very, very powerful number. It can bring great balance and mastery to life when the energy is used correctly, when we have grown and healed enough within ourselves to wield that energy wisely. 12 energy can bring us great wisdom to understand the greater reality of the universe, of this 3D computer game that we all live in. It brings a certain gravitas and stability to the energy today, which is really helpful because I think it helps us to understand, to know on a very, very deep level why we're making these changes and choices, which may seem crazy, rushed, or extreme to other people. We do really know what we're doing on a soul level here. We are not acting out or being immature or stupid when we make those changes, when we make those decisions or on those powerful soul impulses. This urge is very much coming from soul right now to make these positive changes, and they are long overdue, which is why some of them seem very extreme. It's like if you haven't cleaned your house for a long time. If you do it regularly, there won't be much to do. But if you haven't cleaned it for 10 years and you've let all the clutter and the rubbish build up, you're going to have a big job to do. And that's kind of where we are. We kind of have a big job to do here because we let it all build up, all that energetic clutter and rubbish. It is time for an overhaul of an entire lifetime for some people. So this is big energy, this is big work. So 12 reduces to 3. As I said, it's the number of the divine blueprint. Number 3 is the blueprint. It's the plan for our lives. That we must now create and write for ourselves. Now, 3 can be very naive and idealistic, but when it's guided by the energy of 12, which brings in that wisdom, and 20, which brings in the intuition and soul guidance as well, this feels like a very powerful moment energetically. So today's energy is really making something rather magical happen. The energy is expansive, and this is an energy that's been repressed for the majority of people pretty much for their whole lives. So it may even manifest in a rather explosive day, which may seem inappropriate because that pressure has been building up for a very, very long time now. Do remember, though, that the changes may not happen overnight for everyone. Not everyone who is affected by this energy will act on it or even be aware of it today. Some people might just be acting out and not know why, or reacting to it without actually being conscious of what's really happening here. This is a longer term change. It's not a flash in the pan thing that you'll miss out if you don't make the change today. It's really not like that at all. This is a beginning of an energetic wave. And this energy is going to start the process for many people. So you can expect some really unexpected shifts and changes this year, and people making some big changes in their lives. If you thought things were crazy, just wait to see what's coming next. That's what my guide said. Only this time it's about the individual finding their way rather than authority figures imposing their will. So it's coming back to us. It's our choice now. This is our time. This is very, very important. And for some people, it is actually going to look like backlash against oppression in whatever form that manifests. And I mean true oppression, not imaginary victimhood that a lot of people are encouraged to pretend they're a part of. You know, if you want to play victim instead of taking your power in both hands and using it, that's your decision. But that decision won't take you anywhere good in the new energy. Remember, playing a role isn't going to wash. You know, we have the energy of the judgment card here, and the universe knows when you're playing at being the victim or being manipulative. It can tell. You won't be able to fool it like you can fool other people. So on that cautionary note, please remember to subscribe to the channel, leave a like if you haven't already, share this video with a friend, and leave me a comment if there's something that you'd like to share with us all, and I will see you all again soon.